Let's head back to the castle. Oh.
Might want to look around some.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I'm actually curious as to which cat school one that might be, because we saw some cat school ones previously, but they were all too high of a level for us, unless it's this right here. Ah, explore the castle. Yeah. Okay. That might work out for us then. This looks like a door we might be able to knock down like that. Handle? And torch? I don't think we've ever seen either of those things before. I'm guessing they're probably complete junk and might not have any use at all, but I'm still interested to see what comes of them. Now, there is a ladder down and a ladder up. I'm not sure. I feel like this is likely to be the cat school armor stuff, and less so the monstery stuff, because this was not necessarily where the... Ooh, wow. Trail of blood was leading. This stuff is not bad. That's also a little strange that... Oh, that's a torch. I was gonna say, is it telling us to burn down the wall? It seemed a little odd. This is going down much lower than I was expecting us to go. Iridium. That's useful. Prince Adrian's journal. And feline steel sword. Okay. So that's probably the cat school item we were looking for. Or at least recipe we were looking for. Let's read that, though. Ian, we've heard that name several times now. Performed wonderfully. It's a shame, of course, that Professor Gloger disappeared somewhere in the ruins of Es Tayar, along with the rest of the elven diagrams. Those sketches for a steel sword alone are worth as much as a village in southern Redania. We split the takings equally, as per our agreement. I kept the diagram for the silver sword, while Kian took the crossbow diagram. I must admit, I didn't exactly need every member of the expedition's head persevered in vinegar, but they do constitute impressive proof of Kian's conscientiousness and professionalism, which are sworn none of the archaeologists would leave Es Tayar alive, and none did. What? So we had the two of them made a point of going to this location to get valuable resources and crafting diagrams, and then took out all the people who were digging with them so that they'd get all the stuff for themselves? Is that the way this worked? All the more shame, then, that Keen didn't accept my offer. As my personal bodyguard, he would never have wanted for a thing. Steady pay, caviar and strawberries for breakfast, lobster for lunch, daily baths, court surgeon and courtesans of both sexes for all his needs. And if he still lacked for anything, he had but to knock on my chamber door. Okay, so my guess is this is going to say this one is complete. Well, actually this seemed like a multi-part cat school quest, so we probably just did one of these. It's not this one that I'm thinking of. It is... Oh, hold on. Treasure hunt. It is this. Still says... Is this Es Tayar? Is that what the name of this castle was? I already forget. No, it is not. Rahim Castle. That's another torch, but that's not... Oh, there is theoretically an enemy of some variety down there, so that's maybe good to know for future reference. This looks like something we might even be able to blow through? I don't know. Maybe not? It does look suspiciously door-like. And suspiciously old and breakable. But maybe not. Maybe we got everything here. Let's head up. There was still... Oh, excuse me? Oh, that is the wrong angle. For a second I was like, did we just get trapped out here? No worries. Thought there was also a ladder up that we'd not yet checked out. I think this was the floor we came in on. Yeah. We've not gone up here yet. And that means There's some stuff here. Sapphire. Diamond dust. Iridium. Not bad. I think that's it now, though. Definitely seen a fair share of... Oh, come on. Use the ladder. Fair share of those indicators that suggest that there are enemies here. Which shouldn't really be coming as a surprise, I don't think. Maybe it's even for the horses? I don't know. But yeah, I think that was mostly just the cat school stuff there. And then this will be the actual Witcher contract. Okay. Alright. More Dimeridium. There's a ton of it here. Thinking, yeah, there's a non-zero chance we might find ourselves in a fight here, possibly as soon as we check out this corpse, like this tiny little area in which to have a fight. But
Ghouls tracked the body
Don't know.
downstairs,
Ghouls?
but it wasn't their kill. Skin's unnaturally pale, cracked.
that is-
All signs point to a NOONWRAITH. She's
Okay.
avoiding me. Gotta find something that belonged to her. She'll have to show then.
Okay. You get some experience from it as well. Let's check where we might be able to find that. Talk to the widow about the NOONWRAITH. Okay, so maybe get some more information about the NOONWRAITH so that we know where to find such an item. That makes some sense. And we could fast travel now, of course, because we do have this location here. I'm a little bit reluctant to do that, though, just because we've foreseen that there are still certainly more things for us to check out in this area. Theoretically, this would be a similar path to paths that we've taken before, but let's mark this on our map, and we'll walk it, just to see if we come across anything new. Just in case. We have not done much directly on the roads. Normally, I would say you're unlikely to find out of the ordinary
Happiness will
things.
come today. No monsters here, just humans.
This, however, have we seen this spot? Is technically part of Far Corners? Yes. Anything else? A little bit.
Good, sir.
Okay.
So buckwheat and millet, they said. It'll pay off, they said.
Yeah, now this is looking more like the edge of the city. We actually go in your house? Or only loot stuff in and around it? Oh, darn. Okay, no worries.
You're a fierce one, but you've fairness in your eyes.
Okay. So we'll head back in that case.
White head like a miller's son.
Fort Town.
Oh, how nice.
Standing in a power pose there. Maybe I think you probably had a quest for us, but apparently not. Thought I saw someone there that we could interact with for a second, but also, maybe not. And the person we are looking for, I believe, is right here. Great.
Greetings, Witcher.
Seems your white lady's a NOONWRAITH.
Indeed.
That means God's
That means,
providence.
what exactly, Witcher?
Lucy.
What, okay.
She was
Those guys look
gonna marry
really
Ralph.
ominous sneaking up behind us at that moment.
Her parents swore her to a smith from the city. Well-to-do, sure, but older and more brittle than elven ruins. Lucy ran from the altar out into the fields, where she slashed her veins.
Oh,
Used the silver dagger she'd gotten for the betrothal. Wait, let me show you.
that sounds like our item. Huh? Hey, look at that, Carol.
Lucy's parents couldn't bear to sell it. Bury it even.
Yeah, wanna just like
Left it in
not
my
point the
care.
blade at us though? Making me a little bit
I
uncomfortable.
want to send her away, but I've got to bring her close, lure her first. I need an object that belonged to her. Dagger would be perfect.
Take it. But kill Lucy. Promise me. She shouldn't suffer no more.
That we can do. Okay. Might even be able to go into your house when we might not have been able to do that previously. Even if most of your possessions are drunk. Or junk, I should say. Or mugs and alcohol, in which case, yeah, maybe drunk as well. Is that it? I think so. Okay. So, I'm assuming we're heading back to that castle. Is that correct? That general area, yeah? Okay, and again, I think we can probably walk this, or maybe this time we take Roach. In a little while. There you are.
You flee to Maria too?
Slower.
No, actually, that's the opposite of what I want you to do. In fact, if you could go faster, that would be preferable.
Whoa there, Roach.
So, I do feel like we ought to stop at least
Faster.
every once in a while, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Oh, or going in what is entirely the wrong direction. Okay, over here. Yeah, this is our little circle. And it is middle of the day, or at least close to middle of the day, so I would assume this is probably a good time for us to fight a NOONWRAITH, or at least a NOONWRAITH will show up. I think we saw that the some of those wraiths get more powerful at certain times of day, so might actually mean that we're putting ourselves behind the 8 ball a bit here, but we'll save just in case. And could have potentially preemptively put on oils and stuff like that, because I thought at least once in the past that we were not able to do that in the middle of a fight, and that might be relevant starting like right now. Can we quickly just like drop a little oil of some variety? What category is it under? This one. Oils. Not necrophage. Not insectoid. We're looking for this. Yes. Okay, so our silver sword is very beat up right now, but hopefully having an enhanced oil. Wait, was it enhanced? That is. Hopefully that'll make a bit of a difference. Okay, and so the thing with you is we're going to want to use this for Yurden. Assuming you're level 18, right? That is level of the quest. Okay. I'm gonna create a bunch of mini NOONWRAITHs. We've seen this before. Gotta get rid of the mini NOONWRAITHs quickly. Because I think the White Lady will be regenerating. Yes, this is happening. Get you while you're respawning! That did hurt a bit. Let's drop some of the life. By drop some of it, I mean use some of the life items. Get this back. Not quite yet. That we can. Want to come back just a little bit closer? Thank you. Drop another one. Okay, now you're turned into a bazillion small NOONWRAITHs again. Yes. Except maybe not that time. That time you just came back and said, "One moment will I kill you?" Fair enough. You actually didn't make a bunch of mini white ladies that time. But outside of that, not so bad. I actually don't know what level she was. I didn't notice. But that didn't feel too difficult. Didn't feel like we were out of our league. Might have been that the 2 NOONWRAITH mutagens. Nice. Might have been that the oil made a big difference. That could be a very good sword for us as well. The trophy, NOONWRAITH trophy, I feel like there's a pretty reasonable chance that we already have one of those. I assume that every NOONWRAITH trophy is the same. Is it in... I thought it was in this category here. But maybe not. Or, oh, I thought I saw that on previous occasions... Yeah, does it go... It actually goes with Roach, doesn't it? Yeah. Thought I saw that typically we found that we automatically equip trophies that we pick up rather than just stockpiling them, which is a little bit strange. What do we have equipped right now? NOONWRAITH trophy. Bonus experience from humans and non-humans. Or would we like chance to dismember or bonus gold? Yeah, let's stick with the experience maybe. That seems fine. And then we did pick up some saddles recently. Mastercrafted saddle. Makes that it won't tire as easily. Came with enhanced racing saddle. 35 versus 45. 45 is better. What is the one that we have equipped right now, though? Gives inventory weight. Oh, we have a normal racing saddle. Okay. So that's not as good as this. Nice. Let's also maybe not step directly in the fire. Alright, Roach. Let's head back.
Slower.
And again, Carol, you're sending some really mixed messages here. Let's collect our rewards. So we will go to you. Widow. Back in the general direction of Novigrad. Run this guy over on our way. Did you just have a person there below your feet for a second?
That's it.
Really looked like it. I mean, a little worried there. Okay. Job's done.
Greetings, Witcher.
Problem solved. You can go back to your fields.
Thank you. Your coin. And may fortune smile upon you.
Why, thank you.
Washed your hair lately?
Maybe. What's it to you?
I've gotta take risks.
260 experience. Wow. That's nice. And fair share of crowns as well. So, it does bring us closer, but certainly not there yet in terms of getting our next level. So, it puts us in a bit of a tricky situation with our next quest. Because, well, I suppose cat school gear, that is still doable at 17. I was gonna say, if we have to go into the 20 range, then probably would mean that we would be better off just going straight into Novigrad here. But I think if we do still have some high teens, that should be fine. Explore the ruins of... Oh, this is the one we were looking at previously. Yeah, so where is this? Is that way up north? In Novigrad itself, it seems? Okay, so maybe we don't go for that specific subcomponent. Under Temple Isle. Where is that? Are you just always going to direct us over here? You're just always going to direct us over here, aren't you? So that's not terribly helpful. Unless... Yeah, those are custom markers, okay. And as is that one down there. Yeah. Those indicators are maybe not going to get us terribly far. Unless, the other one is find the diagrams, which I think is affiliated with all this. Okay, so maybe this one's not the best fit right now. Find boots upgrade diagram using your Witcher senses. Where, though? Could you perhaps be more specific? Rather than just, like, saying, find this somewhere in the universe? Because that's not really helpful. Oh, hold on. It's down here. Really? Really? We were in this location previously, and apparently we did not find it. Huh. Or we could have, back when we were over in this area here, taking the spoils of war, potentially carried on our way over there. A little further than I would like to go at the moment, but if that is the next best fit for us, then we could do that. Otherwise, do these ones as well. Similar idea. Are they any closer? Wow. The answer is no, nowhere near any closer. It is further south than the Crones. Roughly on par with the Nilfgaardian settlement stuff, or military base that we were seeing previously, just a little bit further west than that. We've definitely not been down here yet. That might be worth pursuing at some point. So that's... what, that one? Tried that. Tried that. 20 is probably too much for us. Let's just check where this is, though. I don't presently see... oh, over here? Huh. Maybe, but I think it'd be tough. It'd be tough. In that case, why don't we actually check out... yeah, that question mark over there. Maybe even the monster dens / nests down there. And... I suppose there aren't any more question marks outside of the city. So yeah, let's actually go to the one that is up here. Because I have no idea what it is. My guess is, based on how it's outside of the city, that it's some kind of hidden treasure. That would seem like the most likely answer. And technically, I suppose maybe we're now setting foot in Novigrad for the first time. But I feel like that's more so when we actually cross the gate. In settled areas such as cities, villages, and camps, paths tend to be narrow and obstacles numerous. For this reason, your maximum movement speed in these locations is limited. Really? Interesting. The Smuggler's Cap. Okay. So, just take all this. Whoa! That looks like that could be a very good chest plate. Sure. Potentially very good boots as well. Might be our upgrades right here. Meteorite silver plate. Also, sounds great. Yeah. Sure, we'll take some fishing rods too. Wait, been to this side? No, we definitely have not, because this is again like kinda sorta in the actual city. It's on the other island across the river. Is how drawing that distinction. But importantly, these items that we just picked up, are they any good? What? Oh, a lot of vitality. Okay, yes, but unfortunately, in terms of armor, it is worse. And a fair bit worse if you consider that it is lower than our current armor and still has more durability than our current armor. It does have 2 sockets, so in that way it's potentially could become a little bit better if we were to invest in it a little bit more. It does have resistance to piercing damage a little bit higher as well. But overall, I was expecting something a little bit more impressive than that. The boots, similar story. Thinking these might be things we end up selling. Well, we got 14 of these glyphs here. Wow. I don't know if we necessarily got 14 just then, or maybe we got one new one or a couple new ones and it showed up with a little star because we got some new ones, but we already had a few. Okay, so I think I'm on the fence as to whether we ought to go straight into the city now Or we should try. I suppose we can gather buckthorn. It's like right there. Like the easiest buckthorn you'll ever get. Yeah, so I'm on the fence as to whether or not we ought to go into the city now. Because on one hand, I feel like we want to get as much done outside the city as we can first. And then move on to the city and commit to doing the city. But unfortunately, the things that are not in the city are fairly far away. Which I suppose we could use a fast travel location and make that process, make that not a huge factor. Have we seen you yet? I feel like we probably have not.
Ha ha! Mountains don't move and thus never meet, but men.
Maybe we have though, because this is grayed out.
So close to Novigrad. Wouldn't you rather trade inside the city walls?
The guild's entrenched there. Why, their members fix prices to stifle any competition. I do a robust trade here with none to pester me. No walls to ring me in. The open's a pleasure in itself. I'm certain you agree.
Not bad.
Take a peek if you don't
Not a bad
mind.
idea. Yeah, I think this may still be the first time we've spoken to this gentleman. Trying to see if he has any very valuable crafting materials that we might want to pick up. Don't think so. I think for the most part, this might just be an opportunity for us to continue to dump other things. Again, this is not a specialist per se, so maybe we hold on to our bigger, more valuable things. We're kind of close to our weight limit right now, but it's not like we're desperate to offload everything that we currently have. In which case, can we just dump, like, maybe these pretty cheap cavalry boots? Have better Quen sign intensity than our current boots, but other than that, aren't great. These are the ones that we had before, and I do like the Nilfgaardian set. We need to have a, a consistent set of attire, right?
Farewell.
We'll meet again. I know this.
Maybe, but it's also potentially a little bit creepy. Nah, I suppose not. So this could be another way into the city, I'm assuming, right? Yeah. This really doesn't look familiar here, even though we theoretically should have been here. Maybe it's because it was nighttime, and so things just look different in the day than they did at night. Suppose that would make sense. Angerroot is actually a pretty good herb to pick out. That's usually somewhat tough to get. So, more than anything, I think what we'd like to do here is to get to a fast travel location. So maybe we check our map specifically for that purpose. And then we do, yeah, and we're actually fairly close to one. And then we use that location to teleport further away from the city, wrap up those treasure hunts, and that way we can, like I was saying before, know that we're pretty done
Granddad's sick.
with Southern Velen. Okay. So, we seen this area out here? Maybe not, actually.
Gotta find me some work.
Yeah, well, you may not find it just hanging out in the back of some bar. Okay, so this an entirely different area that we actually have not yet been in. Probably assume this was the same building before. It does look distinct, and it, of course, has its own loot that we've not yet taken. Some of which may be junk. Some of which may not be, though. What is upstairs? Okay. Moonstones. Not bad. level crafting stuff. Don't really know what this is. It's like you were involved in some kind of alchemy, whoever the person who lives here is. I also see that the building next door, the place where we definitely did go in, is of course the place where the barkeeper is. So we could continue to sell some more items there. However, oop, that is not what I meant to do. There's also, thought I saw, an herbalist. Yeah, this person, are you actually just outside? Did you? Yes. And that might be
Got
useful
anything interesting?
for us to take a look here, because the herbalists do oftentimes have powerful crafting materials. Those things like Arenaria has been pretty tough to find. Sometimes allspice, mandrake root have been as well. Some of this stuff will likely be pretty expensive though, like water essence, so probably best not to take that unless we feel like we really need it. May still be some things, some alchemy potions or recipes that do need it. We know that we need one Stammelford's Dust to upgrade one of our explosives, and is that worth purchasing here? I mean, it's only 32 coins. That's probably fine, right? Calcium Equum has also been pretty hard to find. I think that might be something we could need for other things too. Of course, eventually I'm sure we will find more of these things just by exploring additional areas. In which case, we'd save ourselves a little bit of coins then, not having to purchase this stuff. But there is the luxury of knowing that we have everything, or at least some things, upgraded and ready to go. So I'm tempted to take, not 8, no, just 1. I'm pretty sure we only need 1. And then we could potentially even sell some of our alchemy items over here. Things that we have a lot of, I'm thinking. Stuff like Necrophage Hide. If we sold all this, I mean, this guy can't afford to buy all this from us, but wow, that would be a lot. And I think this guy, does he technically count as a specialist for buying this stuff from us? He might. And so this stuff, I'm assuming, is probably pretty easy to get more of, because Necrophage is, you know, kind of a dime a dozen. So we do have a lot of this item, and I feel like it's okay for us to sell a decent amount of it, because we can get it back fairly easily. And he has 6 coins remaining right now. So, I'm not sure if I see anything else that appears. We have a ton of Fool's Blood. Also, somewhat valuable, maybe not quite as much so. Necker Blood, similar story. Claws, eyes, hearts. Spectre Dust I'm not as sure about. Can we go above 100 on the White Myrtle Petals, or is that actually our hard limit? I mean, we should probably sell some of these, because, like, are we ever going to use 100 petals? Probably not. I mean, this guy can only afford 6 at the moment. So it's a way to make sure that we get every last penny out of him. But maybe we go for the alchemy page and check which new things we can now create. And see, this is what I was thinking of. Got the Stammelford's Dust. We can now get the Enhanced Moon Dust. So we make that. And was a decoction, wasn't this the one that required red mutagens? I think it was. Yeah. These guys don't sell mutagens, do they? I doubt it. That'd be kind of odd for an herbalist to sell mutagens. Probably raise some eyebrows. We can double check. We don't. Okay. So if we wanted to, I'm sure we could go through and find other things, other recipes that we could potentially finish if we were to purchase some items from this guy. But for the most part, I think we'll be fine waiting. It's just that I remember there's one in particular that we were close to finishing. We were definitely standing next to that guy when we were talking to him, right? Now suddenly we are not next to him. Been a lot of that going on recently. A little alarming. Okay, so now let's teleport. Actually, hold on. Let's activate one of the quests that we know we want to do. So we know we were trying to teleport. And then we'll check that out. So one of these... This was the one that kept on showing us northern Novigrad, right? Pretty sure? Yeah. Pointing us up here. So that one can wait. We'll end up getting there eventually. This one, though. Oops, upgrade. Is down here. There isn't a great place. Fast travel. In at the crossroads. Thurston, maybe? Thurston, I think, is actually a little bit closer. Oh, are we technically not at it? Now we're at a fast travel location. My bad. So we could potentially go straight to monster areas here. Hold on. Headed in the right direction? Did I just completely ignore the fact that our quest marker is pointed... Yeah, down here. Okay. Maybe we pick up the gear first. Not sure that's going to give us enough experience to level up, per se. Probably won't. But we can do that now, and then maybe we run into some enemies. That could be reason. Let's get a little bit more XP, in which case maybe we get a little bit stronger before we start to take on some of those monsters, which, at least in one case, they were a little bit of a high level for us. I think we probably could still handle them. So if we needed to, we could do that next. But there were some that I think I originally assumed were the same group of enemies, but actually were not, and therefore they could be higher level, they could be lower level, not sure. I'm assuming they're roughly the same. So we actually want to swim across here into Felon, and or use the boat. I mean, probably not even worth doing that. By the time we get in and get at the helm, probably would have just finished swimming over. Probably the case. It was really tempting to take this, but there are a bunch of Nilfgaardian soldiers staring right at us, so we should probably not do that. And our quest marker is on, yeah, so should be able to just follow this.
Heard of the Fryhead Brigade?
Okay, so it's up here. And this is an area we've been to before, so I am surprised we did not find this. Oh, I mean, it would help if we could scale this. Oh my god, what is happening here? But I get it. This whoa, too steep for us to climb. But sliding up hills is usually not what I expect to happen on those occasions. Admittedly, yeah, maybe this was also not the best angle to approach from. But what is? I ask you, what is? Will this work? Surely. Or not. Can you pop this? Sort of? There we go. Pretty sure there was almost certainly a straightforward path for us to follow, just we opted not to take it. How we did that? Is it because there was a dragon of sorts up here and that made us feel like we didn't want to go here yet? It is right here.
Might want to look around some.
Alright. Sure thing. Based on the level of this quest, my guess is that is based on this enemy here. Let's give him a shot, right? It's been a little while since we saved, so we should probably do that. And let's also throw on a Draconid oil in anticipation of fighting this guy. And how strong is our Draconid oil? It is... Pretty sure we have one. It's enhanced. Okay, good. Pretty sure we overwrote one of our previous oils, but that should be fine. Probably the Spectre one. Okay. So, let's focus on you first. And then, we'll start paying more attention to the actual items. Where they might be. remember, it is a fork-tail, so it can attack with its tail. It is roughly at half HP now. A little bit more than that. I vaguely remember from the previous fork-tail that we fought that we found pretty good success in just wailing at it. Outside of its head. On occasion, yeah. Its head seemed to be able to completely dodge our attacks. It was a little bit odd. Yeah, I saw you trying to do that. You also disappeared into thin air.